Hello, hello. How are you doing today? I totally didn't check and make sure that my mic was working. So, yes, it is. Okay, perfect, beautiful, wonderful. How are you? I hope you're having a beautiful, beautiful, wonderful, wonderful day. So today we're here. We're talking the things. It's been kind of a crazy week, and I'll tell you a little bit about it in a second here. But first, I just want to take a breath with you and really get centered and get grounded and all that jazz. So let's do it. And let's be real, it's me. So we're gonna do 3. Last one. Okay, that feels good. That feels nice. I feel ready to rock and roll, and I hope you feel ready to rock and roll too. So, if this is your first time checking me out, checking out this broadcast, this podcast, this YouTube channel, this Facebook page, because we go in all the places. I'm Tiara, aka T, and I love to live a life that is bubbly. What is a bubbly life? A bubbly life is a life that is in your purpose, a life that is your dream experiences, a life that is full of freedom, fun, and fucking luxury. Yes? Yes. Okay. And so I want to talk to you about ways to help you live a bubbly life and share my stories on how I am creating that for myself and helping others learn the same thing. I do have a community called A Bubbly Life. It is a membership community in which it is hosted on Facebook and Facebook groups. And if you would like to be a part of it, the link is in the Linktree link that I will drop in the description of this video. So you can check it out there and basically join monthly membership. You can sign up and you can exit whenever you feel called. We do card pulls in there. We do channeled messages, activating questions to help you really connect more with yourself and understand your path. So we can get a little bit of coaching and direction on that line of all the things. And before we really get started today, I wanted to note that the show is kind of rebranding. I know that it's been through numerous different names over the years, and that is okay. As we grow, as we learn, we shift, we expand, we change, we do so many things. And I want to give you the freedom and the opportunity and the understanding that it is okay. It is okay to change. It is okay to be truly who you want to be and who you truly are. And the more you are in alignment with yourself, the better your life is going to feel. So why the frick not do it? Okay. So this channel, this page, all of the things, we're here for a bubbly life. This podcast is called Combos for a Bubbly Life, and it airs live on the A Bubbly Life Facebook page. It also airs live on the A Bubbly Life YouTube channel. So you can find it in multiple ways, in multiple places. It's all good in the neighborhood. Note also that if you are subscribed to any of those different things, note that there are always something exclusive that you can get in any of the platforms. So I highly recommend, if you are enjoying the content, to please subscribe, turn on notifications, share if you care, all of the different things, because you will get something different and exclusive, from tarot readings on the YouTube channel to a whole bunch of just different things on the Facebook page and pop-up casts on the podcast. So there is exclusive content everywhere. So it will behoove you to be a member. I don't know, be a subscriber. There we go. Be a follower, be a liker, be all of the things, be all you can be in a life that is bubbly. Yes. Yes. Okay, great. So today we're talking about tool time. Tool time and how emotional awareness helps you to shift your perspective. So I said I have stories, I have things, I like to share those kind of things. So I wanted to share with you what happened to me this week. So this week, I was all ready and prepared to get LASIK eye surgery. If you don't know, I have horrible eyesight. I think I'm like a negative 4.5 or something in my eyes. I think one eye is like 4.5 and the other eye is like a negative 4.2. One of the eyes has an astigmatism, and I've had glasses or contacts for years. I think I got my first pair of glasses when I was around 8. So I can't quick math in my head, and you don't need to know how old I am, but I've had them for a while. Okay. And one of the things that came to me about living a life that is bubbly is it's freedom, right? Freedom is a huge value of mine because freedom just feels so open. It feels so good, whether it's financial freedom, whether it's emotional freedom, whether it is just like freedom in the body and physical freedom where you can move your body and you're not like restrained. It just feels so good. And I've been looking for different ways to bring more freedom and ease and like fun into my life. And while it is not like the worst thing in the world, and it's definitely become a habit, so it's not like super awful, glasses and contacts are kind of like a struggle in my life, right? And I've definitely built habits of like sleeping in my contacts for extended periods of time, which is definitely not helping my physical side. And your eyes are so important. Yes, your eyes help you see so many things. So it is important to take care of your eyes. And if I am like entering into habits that aren't necessarily taking care of my eyes, maybe I should find ways to have new habits that will be more beneficial. And so from one, not wanting to sleep in my contacts on a regular basis, to two, overall, maybe like down the line, if you add up all the years and all the boxes of contacts and all of the glasses, eventually it'll save money, right? To get LASIK. And it just brings so much ease. To be able to just wake up in the morning and see is like something that I'm super, super excited about, right? And so earlier this week, I had the surgery scheduled for Monday morning, and I wake up Monday morning with a start, like shake awake Monday morning at 4:43 a.m. And I looked at my phone and I was like, it's 4:43 a.m. Dang it, I missed if I had just like slept for one more minute, it would have been 4:44, which 4:44 is angel numbers. I'm really noticing anytime I look at the clock, like what number is it? What numbers are it? What is there something repetitive to be like a quote unquote angel number? Let me know if you are at all like connected to angel numbers, or do you like to look up angel numbers? So while I don't necessarily know that there's like a meaning, I always feel like, they're like God or spirit guides, angels are speaking to me whenever I see repetitive numbers on a screen somewhere, or like if I'm driving around. So I'm like hyper aware of them. So I was like, oh, it's 4:43. Dang, I guess no one's trying to talk to me today. Kind of a thing. And I like kind of lay my head back down, but I'm still a little bit agitated because I woke up like, my appointment's at 8 a.m. and I don't know what time it is. And then all of a sudden I'm like trying to rest again. And then I hear like a thump and like start shaking. I'm like, I can't make a shaking sound, but like things start shaking. And I'm like, I think going through an earthquake. I think this is an earthquake. And I look at Justin, and Justin is dead asleep. Does not care. And I'm like, what is going on? And I pull out my phone and I like type in like earthquake. And it has become my habit when I am like since living in California to like, whenever I think I feel an earthquake, to just like look it up. And I know there's an app for that, and I just never downloaded it, but I go on Google and I type in earthquake, and then it'll normally like pop up if there actually was one. And so it was like at 4:44, 3.9 earthquake. And I was like, well, I guess someone did want to talk to me at 4:44 in the morning. So that angel number did have like some meaning, and it's all about when you look it up, the number has to do with like stability. It has to do with kind of like, what's going on in your life and like perspective and shifts in your life. So it was like, I think this is this message of like shaking up my stability, shaking up like the my life in general, like my perspective, right? And so I thought it was like throughout the day, I'm just like, okay, what am I going to learn from this? Like, and I'm looking for lessons. What lessons come in here? What lessons come in here? What lessons come in here? I get in to the like the doctor's office, if you will, and I go through like they do all these little tests and everything on you before they take you to the room to like actually go through the surgery. They give me a happy pill so that I am like not nervous during the surgery, all sorts of different precautions and things. So I'm sitting there like last step is to just get in the room and do the procedure, and apparently the procedure is only like 10 minutes long, and so I'm just waiting for this part. And then finally, someone comes into the room and they're like, okay, so that earthquake this morning, it has shaken up not one, but two, both of our laser eye like machines. And they are currently down. We're getting the engineers to like try to reboot them and like do the things to try to make sure that they are calibrated so that we can do your surgery. We don't want to do your eye surgery. We don't want to mess with your eyes with an uncalibrated machine. And in the moment, I was like, but I just want to get my surgery. I want to be able to see without my glasses. But when you think about it, it's like, you know what? I'd rather see like as perfectly as I possibly can. So I'm okay with what's another couple of days. I've had multiple years with these things. I can totally deal with it. Yes. And then the other thought of like, well, this is going to come later. So we're going to talk about that a little bit later. But basically, I was pretty frustrated that like, okay, I don't get to like experience the thing that I wanted to experience. And they're like, come back later today. It'll be fixed later today. I show up later that day. It was not fixed later that day. I sat in that waiting room for probably about an hour. And they were like, you know what? I'm not going to keep you here any longer. It's still not fixed. Mind you, I called ahead of time before like rolling out there and been like, hey, just to make sure that it's going to be ready and it's fixed. I'm calling to see if it's fixed. And they're like, it'll be fixed like right when you get here. So, and I'm like, it was not. It was not. So they're like, sorry, we'll see if we can get you in like tomorrow. Nope. Still wasn't fixed. And so basically they have fixed it now. I got a phone call today. It's fixed. I am scheduled for next week. So in a week from now, I probably won't be live because I would have been fresh from surgery, but we'll see how I feel. I'll let you know. I'll do a little posty post and you'll know whether or not this is going to happen. I might just do a pop-up cast next week. And so you just don't get to see my face. And anyways, with all of that said, I went through a range of emotions. I went through like anger and frustration and all of these things in this moment of like, I don't get to experience what I truly wanted to experience right this second. And it's an understanding that like, you know what, sometimes life doesn't go exactly the way we planned and life doesn't go exactly the way we want it to go, but maybe there is an opportunity that our highest self is trying to like portray to us. And so from there, the lessons learning are, when you are in charge of your emotions and when you understand how you're feeling and why you're feeling it, you can shift yourself quicker to a better feeling emotion. And when you shift yourself into a better feeling emotion, you change your perspective of the situations that happen around you. So will bad things never happen to you? No, but you will receive them and you will respond to them in a different way when you understand, what you're feeling, why you're feeling it, and how to shift it. And so, yes, I stayed in frustration for a little bit. I talked it out. I told all the people, and then I kind of let it go. Yeah, let it go. And as I was like telling other people kept throwing out things like, well, luckily the earthquake didn't happen while you were under the laser. And I'm like, that would have been awful. I don't know what would have happened. Maybe I would have looked like Scar from Lion King. Who knows? Who knows what would have happened if it was like I was in an earthquake at that moment. So boom. Okay, there's a perspective. But like the first time someone said it to me, I was like, yeah, I hear you. I understand. but I didn't get my LASIK done today. All right. So like, I'm still a little peeved. But like the more I shifted, the more I was like, all right, I'm just disappointed, really. I'm just disappointed that the thing that I really wanted to do, it did not happen. And you know what? It's okay, because guess what? It's still happening. It's already paid for. It's already like, it's just going to happen another day. And as I keep thinking about that, okay, it's just going to happen another day. And that's totally okay. And it's an opportunity for maybe something even better to happen when it does happen. Yes. And as I'm thinking about these things, the next time someone was like, well, luckily it did not happen. The next time someone said, luckily it didn't the earthquake didn't happen while you were under the laser, I was able to better receive it. Right. So while I'm still like, I'm in my glasses, because you can't wear your glasses or you can't wear your contacts for like 5 days ahead of the surgery unless you have, what do you call it? So I think if you have soft lenses, it's 5 days. If you have hard lenses, it's like a little bit, it's longer period of time. I have soft lenses. So basically I think I could wear like my contacts today and tomorrow, but I just don't feel like taking the time to pop them back in my eyes or whatever. But at this point, I'm just going to stay in my glasses and just deal with it and feel like I'm like a well-knowledged, book-learned person. I do like my glasses do. I will say that in moments where I want to try to like look more professional or like feel a little bit older than what, give off more of a grounded and focused vibe, I will put my glasses on like intentionally to create a particular look. Yeah. So I'm just gonna stay in this like grounded, centered look of professionalism, I guess, if it were studious looking. But anyways, with all of that, this was an opportunity for me to feel my feelings and pull out the tools that I have learned over the past couple of months through things like Master the Brain Game, through working with different coaches like Kyla Clapper and Angela Kay and Jen Kohler. And I've learned all of these things and these tools that I'm able to understand my emotions, work through them, honor them, and then shift them so I can experience better things. And I also got to say, as of the recording of this, like this live right now, we're in like this dark moon energy. And if you're not familiar with like the moon phases and how the moon can affect your emotions, it can affect what's going on, how it can affect like manifesting, all sorts of things like that, I highly recommend joining the Sacred Collective. That is where I've learned so much moon awesomeness. And that is with my friend and coach, Angela Kay. And I actually do have a link to join that community. And it's called the Sacred Creatrix Collective, and that is in the link tree that is also in the description of this video. So you can find all of that information. So you can find access to the A Bubbly Life membership. If you're not already a member of it, you can access what the other platforms that you might be like aren't listening to this on. So if you're listening to this on the podcast, you'll have the links to the business page and the YouTube channel and so on and so forth for all of that. And, you know, there's other fun little links over there you can check out if you would like to. So all of that to say that we're going through some energy that does call for a lot more grace. We're going through a period where we might be triggered a little bit more. We might feel a little bit more judgy. We might feel a little bit more like just scratchy and sassy and all of that stuff. And that is okay. And one of the important parts about understanding what's happening like in the world and happening energetically is that we know how to better respond. So when we know that, okay, it is dark moon energy and it is kind of gives us a little bit more of that like negativity or our shadow side or our like not so happy side of ourselves kind of comes out. I don't know why I have to have a country twang for that one, but it comes out a little bit more when we notice that is an occurrence for ourselves. We can just, the awareness is the main thing, whether it's emotional mastery or we're trying to manifest, whatever. our intentions are everything. Yes. So as we have awareness of ourselves and where we are in the world, we can better shift and we can better utilize the tools that we have in our an emotional toolkit, toolbox, tool belt. There we go. That's the word I'm looking for. We can pull out our tools that are associated with how we can shift to a better feeling space, how we can shift so that we can live in a better perspective life, how we can shift so that we can continue to up-level ourselves and we can continue to close the gap so that we can live a bubbly life. All right. So those are my little story time for you. That's what I have for you today. Again, I encourage you and invite you to join us inside our membership community. I encourage you to like, subscribe, turn on notifications, all of that goodness. And I thank you so much for the bottom of my heart for listening and watching and joining us in all the places and the spaces. I love you so much. Mwah. Cheers.